misfits, and revolutionaries. Welcome to Call to Freedom.
Well, Aria.
Aria Meso.
Aria.
So am I the merry man, the misfit, or the revolutionary?
Right.
Definitely not the revolutionary.
I liked that line. That's literally the only line out of the whole thing that I was like, I want you to say this somewhere in there.
The intro is way too long to use as a theme song, though.
Thank you. I was like, bro, there's way too much music just going and going and going. It's 44 seconds long, which is fine. But
yeah, but like the first half of it's just music.
Non-stop music. Yeah, I'm like, you got to fix this. And I was like, oh, and by the way, you're going to give me 2 revisions because you sent this without me. You sent me the script and asked me if I liked it, and you didn't give me time to get back to you. And you just made it with the script you had, and the script was wrong. On top of the fact that the guitar is way too high-pitched. It's completely in the wrong key from the audio that I sent you. And you sound flat. Like you just could not be less interested in making this money. And it's not cheap. I don't buy the cheapos because you end up with that usually with the cheapos. So like I don't understand how he's a second-rated unless
I don't understand how he's a musician who doesn't know the word aria.
I even spelled out like phonetically how to say it. Aria. And he still was Aria.
Arriba. That's great.
Andale. Oh, God, no. Anyway, so yeah, that's what
Just
happens.
for the sake of curiosity, how much money did this dude want for that?
Wait, I don't think we want to announce that on the air.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Let's see here. Oh, I got a notification. Did he get back to me?
Is he listening to the show?
Right. You listening to the show, dude? Because we're all laughing at this thing that you sent me. So, I'll give you an extra revision. I will change the script and shorten the instrumental and lower the guitar and give you a lot of energy in the voiceover. Oh yeah, and you pronounced Aria's name horribly.
Which, again, is shocking for a musician.
Right.
Yeah, it's not shocking for Will. It's shocking for somebody who does this for money.
Well, Will pronounced, the mezzo wrong. He just added an extra E to it. It's not even that big a deal, but aria is a 4-letter word.
To the shows so you can hear someone say it properly. One sec, I'm on the air.
Or, I mean, he could listen to some classical music and learn
make
some
sure he's
music
listening.
theory.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
Because it is a musical term. I mean, that's,
Lord.
make sure
that's
that...
why I took it as my name.
Yep, just make sure he
Right.
listens to a clip of me saying it and not you, Will.
Right.
Because,
Right. Yeah, I don't want the Mezzo in there forever.
It's Aria like Bathory and Aria. Right?
what the crap are you talking about?
You don't know what the Bathory and Aria is?
No.
Wow. Oh well.
What is that?
We'll
where-
get into that
I'm
later
not
off the air.
familiar
Yeah,
with it,
yeah. I
but
was
yeah,
Okay.
I guess so.
Is that where Arya takes a bath? I
no
don't- what do you-
Bathory. Bathory, not Bath. Bathory. The Bathory and Aria. It's about the woman. It's a song that was made about the woman who used to she would buy young slaves and young
Okay,
peasant girls,
that's enough. That's enough.
and then she would
get it.
kill them, and she would bathe in their blood because she thought that would keep her youthful. It was in England back in like the in the Victorian period, so like the 1800s.
Oh yeah, and she was too rich and noble for them to do anything about it, so they just kind of locked her in the room for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
Well, they also didn't want to
Somebody-
clean that stuff up.
somebody
I mean, they didn't have
wrote an
Clorox back then.
Somebody wrote an aria about her. And then
Of course they did. Of course they did, because they can't write music about pleasant things.
Then
Then it wouldn't be real music.
the heavy metal band Cradle of Filth wrote a rock album about the aria. How you like that? I used to have it when I was a teenager.
So what kind of uplifting things do we have on the show for everybody's Happy Friday, Will?
Oh, there's nothing happy. There's nothing happy at all. We're a nation of narcs, and we're going to talk about why we're a nation of narcs. When did we become a country full of snitches, and what could possibly be done to lower the amount of people who deserve to be kicked in a ditch and given a few stitches? When we get back here on the Call to Freedom, we're actually going to discuss this article from Reason Magazine by Mr. Mike Riggs called A Nation of Narcs: Why Americans Have Developed a Nasty Habit of Inviting the State into People's Lives for Tiny Offenses, and Ways We Can Turn Back the Tide. If you've got an opinion, let us know. 603-283-6160. We'll be right back.
Radio is the most personal of mediums. I exist right now in your head. If you listen to Free Talk Live regularly, you know me. Free Talk Live is on more than 160 radio stations around the U.S. and has been downloaded on every continent around the world. Hundreds of thousands of listeners with ad packages from $600 a month to $6,000 a month. Imagine what we can do for your business, project, website, or idea. Email me, mark@freetalklive.com.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement, and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio at fppradio.com, and the monthly newspaper FPP News at news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc, as in Creative Commons.
LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
This Your Family Today tip is brought to you by Boost Kid Essentials Nutritionally Complete Drink, providing your picky eater with essential nutrition and great taste in one drink. Visit us at kidessentials.com. To make sure your kids eat healthy, follow the 5-a-day plan. Serve 3 servings of vegetables and 2 servings of fruit daily. Remember, a serving could just mean a piece of fruit or a half cup of veggies. If your kids are picky eaters, ask a nutritionist about other sources. For more tips like these, visit us at parenthood.com/yourfamilytoday.
Did you know you can get news updates about what's happening with the Liberty Radio Network delivered in the way you prefer? You can sign up for our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. Plus, you can stay in the loop by joining our Facebook profile at facebook.lrn.fm or follow us at Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm. It's all free, so sign up now at updates.lrn.fm for news updates delivered to your email box, facebook.lrn.fm to follow our Facebook page, and twitter.lrn.fm to receive our tweets.
On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com.
Do you love Twitter? Make sure you favorite the LRN.FM Twitter account so you can receive our tweets at twitter.lrn.fm. That's twitter.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. आप सुन रहे हैं स्वतंत्रता की पुकार सिर्फ और सिर्फ LRN.FM पे।
Off the rails, you know it's time to raise ourselves. It's freedom like you never knew. Go back or past, say the word, I'll be there in a flash. You could say my head, it's up to you. Oh, we can zoom all the way to the moon from this great wide wacky world. Jump with me, grab coins with me, oh yeah. It's time to jump up.
All right, welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. So we're broadcasting live from the Vortcoin studio, the Zencash studio right here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And you know what? This is something I've been talking about here recently. What the hell has happened to America? I mean, it's literally become non-stop virtue signaling in one direction or the other, to the point that even calling out virtue signaling is considered virtue signaling.
But is pointing out virtue signaling is considered virtue signaling itself virtue signaling?
Right? Who knows?
We're going to tear a hole in the fabric of the universe with all this dividing by zero.
I know. Well,
I did have a conversation with someone a couple of months ago about what exactly constituted virtue signaling, and it was a lot harder to pin down than I expected it to be.
That's because it's kind of a BS term.
Well, I was told like sometimes, like, oh, never mind. I already sent you the invite. Sometimes, like, when I was debating Richard Spencer at the LibertyCon, the Students for Liberty event in 2017. When
Is that the one that got shut down?
Yeah. When I was debating him, I wasn't virtue signaling or white knighting, even though I'm a white guy that was arguing on behalf of the minorities, because I happened to be a member of the minority group that I was arguing on behalf of. So that makes me doing it not white knighting or virtue signaling. But as soon as Jeffrey Tucker came down and said something, that became white knighting, virtue signaling, because to them, you know, the alt-right types, I don't have a white identity anymore. I gave up my white identity when I became
They revoked
Muslim.
your white identity card?
Yeah, I lost when I married an African national and accepted an Arab faith, which is funny because, you know, Christianity and Judaism are also Semitic faiths from literally the exact same family line. To them, I am not a white person anymore. I am only Muslim. So I can speak on behalf of minorities.
But to the leftist Muslims,
or the leftists in
not
general.
a Muslim, you're just white.
Not just leftist Muslims. It's leftists in general. The most disgusting thing I ever had said to me, a black talk radio show host went on social media and was asking, they said that she said there'd been a terrorist attack or something, and that she was like, I want an imam to come on the show, a Muslim somebody. And I had just done our first Ask a Muslim segment on Free Talk Live. And so tons of people tagged me, like 5 different people tagged me and were like, you should check this guy out. And I came in and I was like, hi, this is me. This is my credentials. This is who I've studied with. This is where I lecture. I was still, you know, going from doing lectures at MTSU and UT at the time. And she was like, you're white. I want a Muslim. And by the end of the conversation, my marriage to my wife is me subconsciously acting out my genetically ingrained desire to own slaves. That I don't love my wife and my children. I'm actually subconsciously working out a genetic, you hear that? Genetic, no, that's not racism at all. A genetically ingrained desire, because I have white skin, to own slaves. That's what my love for my children really is. And she wasn't Muslim. She was just your average race activist. Anybody that's white is evil, left-wing, mouth breather. Yeah, I was going to say mouthpiece, but I think mouth breather is probably more apt. So yeah, it doesn't have to just be a Muslim. It's just the left. The left in general sees me as white and nothing else. And even if I've literally had a pistol pointed at me and my family because of challenging anti-Muslim speakers, that doesn't change. I have white skin. Therefore, everything else is null and void. Anyway, this whole nanny state, everybody's a victim kind of culture has fostered a culture where everything is a reason to call the cops. I mean, people, even now the African American and the liberals are like, why is everybody calling the police on black people all the time? I don't know, man. Why do you call the police on everybody all the time? Since when I was a teenager, strangers would sometimes stop in front of our house to take pictures of our front yard. We lived on a rundown street with no sidewalks or paved driveways in what was then a low-income neighborhood in a low-income town 45 minutes outside of Orlando. People didn't stop because of the poverty. They stopped because of my mom's butterfly garden. I can't name every plant she grew, but I remember her telling me once that our tiny yard drew every kind of butterfly that migrated through Central Florida. When the flowers were in bloom and the butterflies were in attendance, our home looked like a Monet come to life. But not everybody liked the garden. One day, the man who owned the rental house next door informed my mother that he thought she should tear it down and have a normal yard like everybody else on the block. In his opinion, the best way to maintain a lawn was to mow grass down to the nub every 2 weeks. After their initial conversation, he pressured my mom to raise her garden whenever he visits his rental property. She didn't have to appease him. We didn't live in a subdivision and weren't bound by the rules of a homeowners association. But my mom's a peacemaker, and so she had my brother and I put up a trellis between his yard and ours to create a visual barrier. We thought that would do it. We were wrong. 6 months later, a code enforcement officer paid us a visit. The man who owned the house next door, well, he'd filled out a complaint with a government bureaucrat, claiming that he'd seen a rodent scuttle into and out of the garden. Probably true. A good garden is home to more than just a few plants. Well, we'll see how this and many other unnecessary interactions with police officers that are initiated by the neighborhood snitch every day comes to an end when we get back here on the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com. What do you shop for that you could otherwise buy at Amazon? Pretty much everything, right? Amazon has competitive pricing and they deliver, and that's a big plus. If you could plan ahead in your shopping, would you be interested in saving up to 33%? There's a catch. You have to do your shopping in Bitcoin. But imagine those savings. It's like a huge raise. All you have to do is go to saveitpurse.com. We've saved thousands, and you can too. Plan ahead and save. SaveItPurse.com.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with agristhosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agrist Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to agristhosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's agristhosting.com.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.FM running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
You can put the Liberty Radio Network on the air in your area. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how. Broadcast.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.fm. Unasikiliza wito wa uhuru katika LRN.fm.
Back into the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Now, everybody knows, I'm Muslim, duh. Many people have referred to me over the years as the Muslim anarchist, the redneck Muslim, hey asshole, quite a few different things. And but right now is a very special time of the year for me. It is Ramadan. Though I'm currently taking medication and unable to fast now, earlier this week and most of last week I was fasting. No food and no drink from sunup until sundown. So from around 3:30 until about 8:25 at night. And last year, there was an effort that I got involved with that I encouraged many of my libertarian friends to get involved with, and I wanted to do that again this year. And instead of just doing it through social media, I wanted to use this new platform that we've been given the opportunity to have access to do so. The organization is called LaunchGood. We had the founder and director, Christopher Abdulrahman Blavet, on the show. And his own words were, I created LaunchGood to remind the Muslim community that we are a community of doers, not a community of victims. And that was really inspiring to me. And I've watched him grow this organization. Many of you have seen news stories about the work that they've done, from over $100,000 raised for a Jewish cemetery that was vandalized, money to build a new church, the black church that was firebombed a couple years ago. LaunchGood raised the money that went to rebuild that church. And this very show, when we first decided that we wanted to do it, I went to LaunchGood and we raised $1,500 in 4 days to buy all the equipment, computers and microphones and everything else, to start our very first, infant broadcast out of our own homemade studio right there in the Smoky Mountains of East Tennessee. So I wanted to give back to LaunchGood and encourage you to help give to a greater global community. LaunchGood has what they call the Ramadan Challenge going on right now. You can learn about it at launchgood.com/challenge. The way that it works, you sign up, you can give as little as $1 a day to hundreds of great causes, orphanages, girls' schools in Uganda, efforts for education, efforts for... There was one that I thought was really cool, teaching Afghan girls how to code with cryptocurrency. Just so many different and awesome efforts that you can get involved with, and they're not building. Some of them are building mosques or remodeling Islamic schools, but a lot of them are just Muslims who see something in their own community, either here or abroad, and they want to do something to fix it. I bet there's probably 11 different all girls private schools that are raising money to build or fund in Pakistan, Nigeria, Uganda, Afghanistan, and you can literally donate $1 a day for the next month. So please go to launchgood.com/challenge and sign up. Daily, they'll send you what they think is the most deserving, but you don't have to take their pick. You can go through a list of different kinds of efforts that fit your taste and then give as little as $1 a day. So please, again, launchgood.com/challenge, and let this charitable time be a charitable time for you as well. We've been talking about this article here at Reason.com called A Nation of Narcs. Mike Riggs telling us a little narrative about his own personal life, where a code enforcer was sent to his mother's house because, well, he had a troublesome neighbor who didn't like flowers. Says here, after touring the yard with my mom, the government bureaucrat informed her that we would need to tear most of her flower garden down. My mom pleaded and explained that wildflowers sustain butterflies and bees, and that there was order in the apparent wildness. She had, after all, designed and planted the entire thing. The city gave her a week to clear the yard. After that, she would be fined several $100s a day. Not a week, not a month, a day, until our yard looked as militantly minimalist as the lawn next door. Broke as hell, and busy raising 2 boys on her own, my mom ran a push mower through the most beautiful garden in town. Afterward, she cried. I was reminded of that event last week when the San Diego Union Tribune reported that the San Diego County Department of Environmental Health had told an independent hardware store it could no longer offer free popcorn to customers unless it installed kitchen equipment and submitted to regular health inspections as required in the 1984 California Uniform Retail Food Facility Law.
Shocking, the year that came out.
Right. Meanly & Son Hardware had given free popcorn to customers for the last 25 years without any incident. This, however, is not the first time the county has clamped down on free popcorn in hardware stores, according to the Union Tribune's Peter Rowe. 3 years ago, inspectors incited Incentus, Crown Ace Hardware, and San Carlos True Value Hardware. The health department came in, said San Carlos True Value manager Danielle Matheny, told us if we wanted to continue giving away free popcorn and coffee, we'd have to install a bigger vent system and a bigger sink in the break room. A lot of rules and restrictions.
What does the vent system have to do with this?
Because they might set a fire while brewing coffee, Aria, of course.
In both Encitas and San Carlos, the stores dropped the practice. Inspectors so far have ignored Peyton's, but El Hajj figures it's just a matter of time. I feel sad, she said, that some of the old traditions we have became so regulated. See, popcorn is right down there with butterfly gardens in the reverse concern pyramid. There are probably people reading right now who think dedicating this many words to either one is borderline irresponsible, considering the abundance of problems plaguing humanity. But both intrusions share a common theme, with more pressing incidents. They wouldn't have happened if someone, or perhaps multiple someones, hadn't decided to employ the state to settle a grievance best addressed by simply looking the other way. Meanly & Son's fate was sealed with an anonymous tip phoned into authorities. Employees popped the corn, but the rest of the operation was self-serve, with a scoop and bag for patrons. The tipster claims some folks stuck bare hands, potentially grimy fingers, into the machine, plucking out crunchy handfuls. The person who complained about the popcorn has a lot in common with the neighbor who sicked the code enforcers on my mother. And they both have a lot in common with the New York lawyer recently caught on camera threatening to report a group of Spanish-speaking restaurant employees and customers to ICE, with whoever called the police to report, quote, a suspicious man walking on the bike path with a baby here in D.C. a few weeks back. The baby was his son, with the busybodies who regularly report parents for leaving their kids in the car while grabbing some groceries, or spotting children playing without adult supervision, with the Buffalo Union official who proudly rats out undocumented immigrants at job sites, with the bigots who treat the mere presence of black people in predominantly white spaces as a threat to their safety. America, it would seem, has turned into a country full of snitches who probably deserve to get put over a rail. We'll be right back.
Looking for a great real estate investment? Consider New Hampshire, which is ground zero for the Liberty Movement. Your first call should be to Mark Worden from Porcupine Real Estate. He's more than just a real estate agent. He's your New Hampshire concierge. Where are the best places to live? Do you want farm, city, the burbs, or forest? Do you want a duplex or multifamily building so that renters pay your mortgage? There are homes in all price ranges in New Hampshire, and Mark can help with financing too. Invest in Liberty and property. Mark Worden can help.
PorcupineRealEstate.com. A new teen trend of walking wet and nude couldn't have caught on at a worse time, and a taxpayer is outraged. And lo, the Lord said unto the Israelites, look unto the heavens, and you shall see a news review program to rival the greatest wonders of the earth. This is the Onion Week in Review. As a front of dense, frigid air and snow showers brought sub-zero temperatures to much of the country this week, Canton, Ohio residents noted that the blanketing of snow they had received created the illusion that their town was not a total shithole. Residents added that unlike its typical depressing reality, the snow-cloaked town actually looked halfway livable.
Canton is usually a miserable little dump, but you know when that first snow fell and covered everything in a layer of white powder? For about 5 minutes it was like not everything I saw depressed the living out of me.
Reports from locals also confirmed that for a brief period, the streets, parks, and buildings around them gave the surprising impression of not being a run-down, heartbreaking excuse for a hometown.
This is the Onion News Network.
The three most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.LRN.FM. 3. Give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. It's my firm belief that the AMP program is the best use of your charitable dollar among liberty-oriented groups. Support all your favorite organizations, but Make sure you give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you are helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it.
Get started with Bitcoin at bitcoin.com. That's bitcoin.com.
Did you know we've taken our LRN.FM telephone listen line to a new level with the LRN.FM audio on demand line? Now you can call 712-770-8447 anytime and listen to LRN.FM's live feed. And you can listen to a bunch of our original shows on demand. Long distance fees may apply. Just dial 712-770-8447 and choose from the menu. 712-770-8447.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm.
On your knees, you dirty hippies! Jesus. On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you got to keep you and your gat intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadadi.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom live on LRN.FM. تستمعون إلى نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.FM.
We'll knock off now and take the next 2 days off. How's that?
Do that again. You are so stupid.
That's right.
They're all gonna laugh at you!
That's right.
There is nothing wrong with your radio.
That's right.
This is crazy! What's going on here? I don't know. It's loud. $100 smoking in my billfold. I know I ought to save it, but it's burning a hole. Right through my pocket and into my skin. Come Monday morning, I'll be broke again. It's finally Friday, I'm free again. I got my motor running for a wild weekend. It's finally Friday, I'm out of control. Forget the working blues and it's a good time to roll.
All we want to do is pop you up.
All right, welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM.
I guess if we're going to infringe on copyright, let's infringe on like 10 of them at once.
For real, might as well. I remember...
Well, that actually works on YouTube. It's called copyright deadlock. And if you don't want your content to be flagged and the money to go to someone else, intentionally steal two people's copyrighted material, and YouTube will just stay in a deadlock about it.
That's funny.
Not that that's legal advice or a recommendation of any sort for those of you confused about.
Right. Well, I remember when I was a kid, like
it's completely legal because YouTube has the system that allows them to.
Every radio station that, like talk station,
I think
country
YouTube
music
people
station,
have a better idea of what's legal on YouTube than you do, Tom.
Than the lawyer.
Yeah, than the lawyer.
You think YouTube people have a better idea about the law than the lawyer? That's actually the most YouTube person thing that you could have possibly said.
They didn't mean like, he means like YouTube's legal team. The people at YouTube that are writing
No, I mean the
stuff.
people uploading videos about how to use copyright deadlock have a better idea of what is and isn't legal through YouTube than Tom does. I'm an IT person and I know a lot about Windows, but I'm not going to sit here and say that I know everything there is to know about everything.
I know
Just
plenty
because
of,
it happens
I know
to
enough about
intersect with
copyright law,
technology.
and I know enough about YouTube's terms of service to tell you it's not.
There
legal.
is nothing
What you're
illegal
saying
about
is you
using
can get away
copyrighted
with it.
material on YouTube. That's why they
Yes,
have the
there
system.
is.
No, there isn't. That's why
It's
they have
right
the
there in
system
the
in
terms
place.
of service.
It's not illegal,
copyrighted
Tom.
material to
And
the
this is
YouTube.
why
Tom,
the
it's
fact-
not
right there.
illegal. That's
Not
why
only
they have the
that-
system in place that allows it to be
Yes, it
monetized
is
and the
illegal.
owners to get.
All right. So there we go. And this is exactly why the article we're covering right now is important. It's because America has become a nation full of rats and snitches who will rat you out and snitch you out for this kind of thing. I have a t-shirt distributor who he regularly tells me no on artwork ideas that I have. And it's because he's making the shirts. Even though I'm the one selling them, his artist won't even draw the pictures because he's afraid that if we go to a big enough event, someone will see it, take a picture, email it to Disney, and then because he has a guy, he knows a guy that it was, I think it was like $36,000 that the guy was sued or fined for using a Disney character on a screen print for a t-shirt without permission. I mean, that's a lot of money. And it's just the same thing. Snitches.
Can you get like your Charlie Brown shirt saying that, copyright is theft?
Right. That's a good idea. Oh my God. I was thinking of an idea for a new shirt. Boom. I'm going to send him the mock-up and I'm going to have him change the words in the box from taxation is theft to copyright is theft. I love it. Yes.
Awesome.
Now, there are 3 projects, the author here says, that might help roll back this problem of America turning into a nation of narcs. The first is to help people who find some of these stories outrageous and other inconsequential to see all of them as related. The parallels seem vibrant and stark to me, and perhaps to the average Reason reader, but not, I suspect, to everyone. Being black in a white space is not against the law, yet working without permission in the United States very clearly is. Cultivating a garden? No, it's not the same thing as violating a health statute. Fair enough, but it's a short logical step from that's illegal to that might be illegal, and from that's unsafe to that makes me feel uncomfortable. You can help friends and family and partners think differently about when it's appropriate to invoke state power by sharing stories of times when calling in the authorities caused far more harm than the alternative. A lot of people don't seem to think very hard before calling the cops. It's free, it's fast, and there's no consequences for overreacting. We saw this in our libertarian drama of the week not too long ago, where you had a libertarian who was triggered over a disagreement that Jeff Wood was having with Risa Willis. I mean, literally not even the same people. The guy who called the police didn't even live in the same state. But he called the police, and now the FBI is still interviewing people from libertarian Facebook groups that know Jeff Wood. Kyle Wagner, like I'm not an ANCAP constant. Yeah, Kyle
There's
Wagner.
a Facebook page dedicated to the stupid crap that he says. Google that, but use a different word instead of crap.
Yeah.
Or don't Google it. Look it up on Facebook. It's a gold
He was
mine of
interviewed
hilarity.
by the FBI yesterday in connection with this guy. They call him Squiggly Line Guy. I don't know what his real name is. He hangs out in libertarian spaces, and he has a name that's written in Japanese because he's married to a Japanese girl, but he's a white guy. And he was very proud, posted on Facebook bragging that he was the one who did it. Come at me. I'm the snitch. Changed his Facebook profile pic to certified snitch. When did being a rat, when did sending possible murder gangs of government agents after someone over a personal disagreement that you're not even involved in become a libertarian.
Oh, well, see, that comes back to the white knighting thing again. He wanted some of that bukkake. And that seemed
You're
like
gonna
the best
try
way
to
for him to
fit
get
that
it.
in every single show.
No, she was in a porn. She was in a porn film.
Arya was?
No, not Arya. The girl that he was white knighting to.
Oh, yeah, that thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And
you
he's
should
like,
work
this
for that.
doesn't have anything to do with her. Well, yeah, that's why you did it right in the middle of their conflict, and then later on in the comments were like, I just think what he did to her was messed up, so I wanted to stick it to him. Well, wait, in the OP you said that it didn't have anything to do with her, and now you're like, yeah, I was totally white knighting for her. Too bad now she's dating Joshua Smith. All that white knighting, and yeah,
Really?
she's with Josh Smith now. All that white knighting and snitching to the cops got you nowhere. Because snitches get stitches, bro. They don't get laid. I mean, come on. Let's see here. The second project is a political program. Drastically scale back the police powers of every arm of the state. Not just the police, the health police, the tax police, the zoning police, the regulators. All of them work in concert. The person who refuses to pare back her garden gets a fine. If she doesn't pay that fine, she loses her driver's license. And if she drives regardless because her job and family need her, she gets arrested. The police state is a hydra, so let's treat it like one. Lastly, we need to look for ways to block the pending age when algorithms take such steps for us. I may be alone in thinking Facebook's suicide intervention algorithm is a terrible idea, but it's only a matter of time before it sends cops to someone's house and a person dies at the hands of police rather than his own. It's more important than ever to recognize the incredibly high stakes of inviting the state into people's lives. An army of advocates are trying to help America's immigrant population, but failing to make a difference at scale. Not because these groups lack talent or commitment or knowledge, but because the state is a behemoth with infinite resources and a monopoly on violence. At the local level, the number of government agencies messing with people often outnumber the organizations fighting back. So talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, talk to your family, complain to your local officials, and try not to tap your iPhone's power button too many times. When we get back here on the Call to Freedom in just a moment, it'll be time for today's Crypto Hour. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Hey guys, Mark Claire here, lionsofliberty.com, where we strive to advance the ideas of liberty daily. We bring you the Morning Roar. That's right, every Monday to Friday we'll have a brand new edition of the Morning Roar, where we provide a roundup of some news stories that you may not find in the mainstream media or even in your typical social media newsfeed. We find stories that relate to the ideas of liberty and provide you with our liberty perspective on them. Every Monday, we have our longest-running feature, Mondays with Murray, named after the great libertarian Murray Rothbard, where we'll examine an article or an excerpt from his works and help convey his view, along with our little spin as well. We wrap it all up every Friday with Felony Friday, where our own John Odermatt goes out and takes a look at some sort of felony. There's felonies committed every day, you know, whether it's a felony committed by the police, a politician, or even an average citizen. You can find all of this and so much more over at lionsofliberty.com. Advancing the ideas of liberty daily.
Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
In Survivor Max 2, School Bites, Max must scavenge through a wasteland swarming with the undead. Desperate to find the medicine he needs, he discovers a community of survivors at his former school. Has he finally found the safe haven he's been looking for, or will he discover that school bites? Look for Survivor Max on Facebook, read reviews on Amazon, and read Chapter 1 at survivormax.com.
More of the Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
Temporarily from Omaha, the gateway to the West, this is Darrell W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, May 25th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.61 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,303 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $34, and the average price of Bitcoin is $7,620. Antiwar.com reports North Korea expressed regret Thursday after the surprise President Trump announcement that he is canceling the June 12th summit. They say the announcement was unexpected, but that they don't expect to change their own hopes for having such talks. Rather, North Korea's vice foreign minister says that North Korea will do everything they can to ensure a peace deal and are willing to give the U.S. the time and opportunity to change their minds on the talks. The vice foreign minister added that North Korea remains willing to meet face-to-face with U.S. officials at any time in any form to resolve the problem. President Trump did not rule out talks in the future, but also did not make it particularly clear what he wanted North Korea to do to get talks in the future. Trump claimed that it was North Korea's hostility that forced his cancellation. No one else seemed to expect this, and South Korea's President Moon Jae-in said he was very perplexed by Trump's announcement. Moon said that the peace process should not be abandoned nor delayed. While Trump attempted to blame North Korea for the summit cancellation, North Korea is making it very clear that they still want the talks. This is also putting some pressure on Trump to make some effort to salvage the talks after withdrawing.
For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. And as a Bitcoin-preferred business, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co.
UPI reports a California jury delivered a $25.75 million verdict against Johnson & Johnson, ruling the company did not warn consumers about health risk related to asbestos in its baby powder. Joanne Anderson and Gary Anderson brought the case against the company after she developed pleural mesothelioma, a type of cancer caused by asbestos exposure. An attorney for the Andersons said instead of pulling the powder from the market or going with a safer alternative such as cornstarch, they engaged in a multi-decade campaign wherein they hid testing data from the FDA, altered reports to make them more favorable, and lied to consumers. This jury saw Johnson & Johnson documents that were never given to the public or the FDA. Joanne Anderson said she was an avid bowler and regularly used Johnson's baby powder on her hands and shoes for years and also used it to help with diaper rash when her children were younger. Experts estimated that she used the product more than 10,000 times in total. Jurors issued the verdict, including $21.75 million in compensatory damages and $4 million in punitive damages, and found Johnson & Johnson liable for 2/3 of the verdict amount and the entirety of the punitive amount. The remainder of the fault was spread among other companies named in the lawsuit related to exposure to asbestos that the Andersons experienced while watching her husband work on his car.
You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and numerous supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $1 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's fans.fppradio.com.
Reuters reports President Donald Trump on Thursday issued a posthumous pardon to boxer Jack Johnson, the first African-American heavyweight champion who was imprisoned a century ago due to his relationship with a white woman. Trump said, "I believe Jack Johnson is a worthy person to receive a pardon to correct a wrong in our history." In a case that came to symbolize racial injustice, Johnson was arrested in 1912 for violating the Mann Act with Lucille Cameron, who later became his wife. The law was passed 2 years earlier and made it a crime to take a woman across across state lines for immoral purposes. Jack Johnson died in 1946. In signing the pardon, President Trump cited tremendous racial tension during the time Johnson was champion. Trump said he really represented something that was both very beautiful and very terrible at the same time. Actor Sylvester Stallone, famous as the star of the Rocky boxing movie franchise, and former world heavyweight boxing champion Lennox Lewis flanked Trump for the pardon in the Oval Office. This has been FPP Radio News. Online at fppradio.com.
The American Psychiatric Association has issued an alarming study warning that the nation's used car salesmen are going completely insane, and in some extreme cases, practically giving cars away. The APA traces the outbreak of widespread hysteria to an apparent overstock of high-quality late-model cars begging to be driven off the lot today. Some severe symptoms include delusions, manic exuberance, and a psychotic commitment to offer the lowest prices guaranteed. Victims' families are joining together to raise awareness of this serious psychological epidemic.
The authorities found out how unbelievably low his prices were. They'd lock him up and throw away the key.
You are not alone. Over half of America's used car salesmen are currently going bonkers.
Car dealers suffering from this condition are prone to project their own disorders onto others. According to Mad Max, the Car Czar's website, you're out of your mind if you're not taking advantage of these low prices.
This is the Onion News Network.
The Call to Freedom is an opinion show. It's meant for informational purposes only. It is not licensed financial advice. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with or independently research and verify any information that you hear from the Call of Freedom and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. I mean, come on, guys. Duh. It's a cryptocurrency investment and a political talk radio. Of course, it's opinions.
Hold. Hold. Hold.
You better hold on for dear life, because it's time for the Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com. On the Call to Freedom.
That's right, it's time for the Crypto Hour here on the Call to Freedom, here on LRN.FM. Crypto Hour still brought to you by our friends over at Helium.com. So, let's see here. What's going on in the news? Well, let's see here. Vertcoin talk, Vertcoin live with a whopping 0. Wow. Ouch. Anyway,
what did you say?
Then 0 viewers. Anyway, so that's just another example of part of what Aria was wanting to talk about today. First of all, first story right out of the gate. This is from Omkar Godbol. This is the second time now that CoinDesk has screwed the pooch and reported news that a simple 5 seconds worth of investigation could have shown that this is... Oh, and it's the same author. Well, maybe that's the problem. Yesterday, we reported on the fact that CoinDesk and many other cryptocurrency websites were incorrectly reporting that a mosque in London was the first mosque to accept cryptocurrency donations. I paid quite a bit of money for a heavy social media and article writing campaign to make sure that we were known and that all you had to do was Google the word Bitcoin mosque and that you would know who the first Bitcoin accepting mosque was. And still, something that simple was too hard. And it would seem just going over to CoinMarketCap, the same place that everybody goes to write these articles, and just having a look, oh, okay. I guess it's because Tron is a top 25 coin, and Zencash isn't?
I don't know. I've never heard of Tron.
Well, let's see. CoinMarketCap.
It was a movie with Jeff Bridges back in the 80s.
Tron is
They made a
number
remake of it
9.
with Olivia Wilde.
Number 9 cryptocurrency. Oh, and it's down 2%. Zencash is... Where is Zencash? Oh. It is not in the top 50. I don't know where it is. Doesn't say. I'm not scrolling through this whole list, but anyway, Tron is number 9. Zencash is up 15.42%. But according to this, only Tron has had any good luck this week. Shadowing losses in Bitcoin, the top 25 cryptocurrencies have all fallen over the last 7 days. All but one. That's Tron. Tron was, at the time this article was written, about 2.5 hours ago, up. Tron now, however, it was up 1.83% on the week. It now, however, is down. How far down is Tron right now? 2.28%. So it was up 2 hours ago. It was up 1.38% for the week, and within 2 hours, it's now double that down. So I guess they should just take this article down.
So the author of this article may have used his platform to initiate a small pump and dump.
Well, whatever it is, the guy is wrong. And Zencash, as far as what coins are up this week, Zencash is kicking ass and taking names. Zencash up 15.47% this week. They are being our new sponsors. But we praised the hell out of Zencash long before they gave us a paycheck because Zencash is awesome, whether they're paying us or not. We just say it a lot more on the air now because they pay us to. So, anyway, now Ari,
thanks for that, guys.
You had noticed something kind of interesting in the crypto world this week that you thought looked like this big, gigantic red sore thumb sticking out that no one was noticing.
Yeah, and it's, silence. I'm surrounded by tech people and crypto people and liberty people on Facebook and Twitter, and I think the last time that I really saw a post related to crypto was in December, before the crash. And that's, a concern because it was our posts on social media that got everybody involved, which drove up the values of Bitcoin and Ethereum and all of these other cryptocurrencies in the first place. If we're not out there promoting it, then this recession is never going to end. And we're not out there promoting it because it's in the middle of a recession. So it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy, except it's not a prophecy. I know there's another phrase for it, but I can't think of it at the moment.
Tom, you're a lawyer. You've got a better grasp of the English language than the rest of us. Love that reaction.
Can we just go with kerfuffle? Kerfuffle's a good word. We don't use that nearly enough.
Right.
A self-fulfilling kerfuffle.
I think Catch-22 may be closer. But it's just like, we're not going to get out there talking about it on Facebook again until we're making a bunch of money. But we're not going to be making a bunch of money until we're back out there talking about Facebook, talking about it again on Facebook.
So what you're saying is that part of the reason why the markets are down is because excitement itself is down, which means less talking. Well, I'm sure the announcements that Facebook was going to start censoring cryptocurrency content.
Only ads, though, and 99% of us were not running ads.
True, but again, the average Facebook user is not that bright. They heard, Facebook bans crypto, and they didn't read anything but the headline.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's applicable to the average crypto enthusiast. I would tend to think they're probably a little smarter than that.
But see, the average crypto enthusiast wasn't what was pushing the market spike. It was the idiots who only read headlines. That's why a bunch of them bought BitConnect. And Bitcoin Platinum and Bitcoin Silver.
Yeah, but the reason they heard about those things was because we were out there promoting them on Facebook and Twitter.
Well, scammers were promoting them on Facebook and Twitter, but not us.
Well, a lot of people who weren't scammers and who were just duped by them were as well. I mean, I've seen people advertising for Bitcoin Silver and crap. Because they're just kind of, as you said, they're just kind of dumb. So yeah, I guess it does apply to crypto enthusiasts. They can be as dumb as anyone else.
Sorry, screening calls from doofuses on Twitch. Anyway, when we get back, we're going to continue on with more of today's episode of The Call to Freedom and our Crypto Hour on this Friday Drive Home edition. We'll be covering more of today's best crypto news and asking the question, why did everyone suddenly stop talking about crypto? And is that partially to blame for the sluggish return to the glory days that we saw just months ago? We'll be back here with an answer in just a moment.
I love My Magic Mud. I drink a lot of coffee. I had stains on my teeth. Then I found My Magic Mud, and I was told it would remove stains. So I paid attention when I brushed the first time. My Magic Mud is black tooth powder, and the difference it made in my teeth in one application was noticeable. With 4, my teeth were as white as you normal folks out there. Please go to mymagicmud.com and buy a jar. There's 150 applications for $25. You can use Bitcoin, mymagicmud.com.
Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it. And once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world. So I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here. And I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, add yourself to the Shire map at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com.
Did you know you can listen to LRN.FM via our free-to-air satellite channels? We have channels over nearly all of North America and much of Africa. All you need is an affordable receiver and a dish as small as 30 inches. There are no monthly fees. Learn more at sat.lrn.fm. Plus, if you are a broadcaster or want to be one, this is a good delivery method for our content. See our coverage maps and get details at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm. sat.lrn.fm.
Ross Ulbricht was convicted in early 2015 of running the infamous Silk Road Underground Market. The Silk Road was a gift to humanity and helped reduce the harms brought on by drug prohibition. For this good deed, Ross has been sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole. Now, an appeal is Ross's only chance, and he needs your support. Please visit freeross.org, where you can contribute via various methods, including Bitcoin. Visit freeross.org. That's freeross.org.
Here's a chance to do a little activism while you're cruising Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Between the LOL cats, the recipes, the hot girls, and the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's posts pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com and then hover over it to click Get Notifications. It's an easy way to spread the ideas of liberty a bit further. I know you're busy, but you can spare that 1/10 of a calorie it takes to click on something. facebook.freetalklive.com.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market.
Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's
the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people like passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. It's physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com.
Some of our live shows are streamed in HD on Twitch. Please follow and share at twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com, on the call to freedom on LRN.FM. أنتم تستمعون إلى The Crypto Hour، يقدم إليكم برعاية Helium.com على برنامج نداء للحرية على LRN.FM.
Welcome back into the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. We're broadcasting live from the Zencash studio right here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And I want to encourage you, as I do many, many times, come up here and visit us in our wonderful little crypto community. When I get off work today, I'm going to be heading downtown. I'll bust out my Dash wallet and buy some dinner over at Local Burger, and then I'll run across the street and pick up some papers and my birthday present that I didn't get earlier this month because we hadn't had a chance to get there. And I'll never use a single dollar of war dollars while I'm doing it. So that's pretty cool. And you can have an opportunity to do a little crypto tourism of your own. You can, you can come join liberty-minded voluntarists, anarchists, activists, and other libertarians this summer from June the 14th through June the 18th for ForkFest 2018 at Rogers Campground. It's in the beautiful White Mountains of New Hampshire. You see, ForkFest is a fork of other camping parties in the woods. You're invited to come create whatever experience you'd like to see others have. ForkFest is decentralized. That means nobody's in charge, so everyone's in charge, and it's completely up to you to create what happens. Or, you know what? Just laze away the day in a lawn chair with a cooler and a tent and just, hang out in the woods with some cool liberty-loving folks. Go over to forkfest.party to learn more, join the Telegram chat group or the forum. Again, that's forkfest.party. So, Aria, I don't know if you saw, but in case you hadn't paid at Cabot yet, they just opened some rooms at PorkFest for pork.
I have not paid them yet.
Oh, I would take a look at the PorkFest rooms, see if your rates are any better, and get yourself a half a mile closer to the action.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but if I wanted to rent a room there at Rogers, I would have no difficulty reserving one, right?
Yeah, you would, because the PorkFest rents all the rooms, and now you have to go through PorkFest to rent the room.
Right.
Except for during ForkFest. ForkFest, you can just do it from Rogers.
Right, but
if you don't
I shouldn't have an issue going through PorkFest to get one, is what I'm saying.
Well, there's only 3 rooms, and they're in high demand. That's why I tagged you and was like, Aria, go look right now. Because they were
I was under the impression the speakers
today.
had guaranteed rooms if they wanted to reserve them.
No, not anymore, unless you're getting a deal that...
I'll stick with the Cabot then.
Yeah, they got rid of that.
They have better Wi-Fi anyway.
They have Wi-Fi that works at all. So, yeah. Let's see.
And a jacuzzi, and an indoor pool, and a free continental breakfast. And I'm not advertising for that. I'm just saying.
They have good stuff.
Well, I guess I am.
yeah.
If I will be looking for someone to split the room with me through PorkFest, so I guess I kind of am advertising for them.
Yep. I've already picked up that for the Forkfest portion because my wife and kids. School doesn't end here till June the 18th.
Holy crap! My nephew's last day was Wednesday.
So my kids will continue to be in school until PorkFest. My wife will bring them for PorkFest. I won't have them there with me all week for Forkfest. So disappointing. But you know how it goes. We got a new scam to tell you guys about. Pink Taxis. That's right. Pink Taxis has, they've got red flags popping up everywhere, and we're going to do a quick deep dive into this sketchy ICO. You see, it's no secret that buyer beware has simply become the mantra of the ICO world, where blockchain startups are raising millions, sometimes with just a white paper, a bright idea, and a few lines of code. Indeed, the Wall Street Journal found that...
Well, that's drastically oversimplifying it. I mean, there are some who raise millions without even having the idea.
Or code.
Or code. And we could have an ICO for Drama Coin. We've never coded a thing.
Let's just have an ICO for... Let's just have an ICO for Cult of Freedom, and we'll use the money to buy some mining equipment, and then we'll just sponsor ourselves.
I'm scared that next year, though, there will be a pork coin, and you'll have to buy that in order to purchase things at PorkFest.
Oh, I don't
kind of like tickets at a theme park or something to that effect.
I hope not, because the decentralized nature of the current, like the fact that you can use silver, gold, blowjobs, Bitcoin, like you can literally pay.
And we're off the air in Texas again.
Whatever you want to as a medium of trade, as long as the person who you are trading goods with is willing to accept your medium of trade.
Yeah, that's why I dislike some of the niche coins that are coming out.
I've literally seen people making trades with boxes of ammunition at PorkFest before. Like 227 rounds. Saying, okay, I'll give you 3 boxes for that thing. Because it's PorkFest. Money is whatever we decide it is at that moment that you are in a private contractual agreement with that customer. It says 271 of 1,450 ICOs that were analyzed by the Wall Street Journal recently displayed red flags that include plagiarized investor documents, promises of guaranteed returns, and missing or fake executive teams. Still with regular Joes turning into crypto millionaires, however infrequently, they're enticing bets for investors. Expanding on the Wall Street Journal's analysis, CoinDesk wanted to make it clear what kind of approaches fraudulent ICOs take, and there may be no better poster child than Pink Taxi Coin and its PTT crypto token. Recently promoted by Twitter by John McAfee, an entrepreneur who made his name selling software but has recently pivoted to crypto, a McAfee endorsement has no doubt become a worrisome sign for token investors, but there's much more to Pink Taxi than simply a bad endorsement. Much more that we'll get into when we get back here on the Call to Freedom in just a moment. Have you got caught up in some bad ICO investments? Give us a call, 603-283-6160. You can hit us on the Discord line at discord.lrn.fm. And we also, as always, have our Skype line for the LRN.FM studio. We'll be back after this.
If you're looking for work, the person you are applying to may be even more nervous than you are. And the way things are now, your references have never been more important. Here are 3 tips. First, know that employers are checking. Every hire is under the microscope these days. Second, they won't just be checking references you provide. Figure that all of your ex-employers will get a call and be asked, would you hire him or her again? Third, assume you will be Googled. So before you apply, remove all those party animal photos from your Facebook page. Even if you're not in the job market, effective communication skills have never been more important, with money and attention so scarce now. For more tips for job seekers and getting better results in all your day-to-day communication, hit survivalspeech.com. I'm Holland Cook.
So you've signed the Shire Society Declaration and are planning your move to New Hampshire to be around more liberty-oriented people. Next, sign up for the Shire Society Forum at forum.shiresociety.com. There are a bunch of people there who are already in the Shire, and they want to meet you. If you're already in the Shire physically, you should also come by the forums. Remember, not everyone uses Facebook. New people are signing up for the Shire Society Forum every month, so drop in and say hello at forum.shiresociety.com.
Free Talk Live.
Who is playing dress up as a guess?
Superhero.
Ninja.
Yeah.
A border ninja.
See, that would be the problem. Somebody else would dress up like a pirate, and then there would be a war.
Yeah. Just the pirates duking it out.
Wait, well, what do the pirates have against ninjas?
Ninjas and pirates are like matter and antimatter. They can't be together.
Okay.
I have a feeling the ninjas would just whoop it up on the pirates.
Are you kidding? Pirates. Pirates, man.
Oh, the pirates do have cannons. They have the long-range attack ability, but once you get in close...
It's hard to be tougher than a pirate, though.
The pirates are certainly tough, but the agility I don't think is there.
Lose
they sit around on a ship
a hand, lose a leg, you can still get 200 people to be afraid of you as you stomp around with half of your, an eye patch, one hand, one leg. You stomp around half a person, and you're still commanding 200 people.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM. Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM, you may want to help expose others to our great programs. To assist you in doing so, you'll find resources at promote.lrn.fm, including details on how to get a free bumper sticker, quarter-page flyers you can print out and distribute, banners for your website, as well as files that will allow you to make your own custom banners and graphics. Visit promote.lrn.fm and help bring new listeners to the Liberty Radio Network. That's promote.lrn.fm.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Love what we do? Please help support our international satellite channels at patreon.lrn.fm. That's patreon.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Crypto Hour on the Call to Freedom.
تستمتعون إلى The Crypto Hour على برنامج نداء للحرية.
Welcome back here to the second half of today's Crypto Hour on the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. So it is, it's a bit of a muggy day here, waiting on it to start raining on the new beautiful azalea bushes that we picked up the other day. And just amazing day here in New Hampshire. And we've been talking about, ways that you can watch out to keep yourself from being scammed. And this new pink taxi coin that was recently endorsed by John McAfee is basically the poster child for such a ICO scam. It says here, that there are certainly enough red flags surrounding this ICO, warranting a warning to potential investors, starting with reports of plagiarism. See, we first heard about Pink Taxi Coin from Lithuania-based ride-hailing app A2B Taxi, which also has an ICO underway. According to A2B Taxi spokesperson, Pink Taxi has plagiarized basically everything from A2B Taxi. Website design, content materials, texts, even our advisor's video explaining our token model. Sure enough, if you go to Pink Taxi Coin's original website, aside from the name change and a shift from a green theme to a pink one, the entire page was copy-pasted from A2B's taxi site. The text formatting and much of the artwork were all identical.
By any chance, did they just insert a line into their HTML where they called the CSS from the ABC site that you're referring to? That they copied because A2B. Because that would be next level copying their crap.
Oh, wait. Pink Taxi's white paper, from disclaimer to appendix, was also exactly identical to A2B Taxi's, though excessive use of a thesaurus had made that difficult to demonstrate through a simple Control-F search. For example, the statement, payments on A2B Taxi app will be completed using cryptocurrency. It had been modified within the Pink Taxi Coin white paper to say, the payments on Pink Taxi application will be finished utilizing cryptocurrency. On the whole, these changes made the paper difficult to parse, if not completely meaningless. I would not tell that plagiarism is something unseen or new to the ICO market, says A2B Taxi's blockchain advisor. I'm not even going to try. But I think this case is just another pure scam. Literally everything was copy-pasted. Another red flag where the Pink Taxi Coin's content was original, it was extremely poorly written. On Telegram, for example, the company wrote, "Great news. Jahan McAfee joined Pink Taxi Coin as advisor." Plus, the heading of one page on its website says, "Get yourself register." Yet the instructions for depositing Ether are written in clear, idiomatic English. The general inability to produce decent English copy anywhere except when it came to the directions for how to send money is quite suspicious, especially for a project that claims to be based in the United Kingdom. Pink Taxi Coin was...
that's really common, though, even among ICOs that aren't scams, because a lot of them are not native English speakers. We have to be reasonable and give a lot of leeway to that kind of thing.
Pink Taxi Coin was caught in the act of plagiarizing A2B Taxi. Actually, the A2B Taxi team called them out on it on Twitter. After that, Pink Taxi Coin issued a statement through McAfee in a tweet that's since been deleted, expressing sincere apologies to all parties harmed by this activity. The statement explained that Pink Taxi Group Limited UK had hired an unnamed third-party agency to develop its website and marketing materials, and that this agency was the one to blame for the plagiarism. It went further.
I'm sure that's true.
I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised by it either. It went further, saying what is shocking is that they didn't really do any due diligence to make sure that it hadn't happened. See here, they explained the launched legal notice to the agency, and of course, they've been fired. As a result, Pink Taxi Coin took its white paper down, replacing it with a promise to publish a new one soon, and their homepage was altered to look a little less like A2B's taxis. Okay, so
I mean, why is John McAfee involved with this crap? Can we get him on the show to explain himself?
Good luck. You can try.
Right.
You can try. Let's see here. Despite the announcement from Pink Coin about Pink Taxi about this error, our team also determined that their website still contains plagiarism. Following the apology, Walsh continued. Pink Taxi. Okay, wait a second. Hold on. Wait. So the marketing team, the third-party marketing team, wrote your white paper? Because that's what it says here. They took the white paper down.
I would believe it because so many white papers now from these crap ICOs are not technical documents at all. They're marketing brochures that look like PowerPoint presentations that someone accidentally, printed out, and not anything like an actual tech document like a white paper is supposed to be. A white paper is supposed to be a document that explains a problem and how that problem is solved. Well, today, what we see in ICOs is that they are advertising brochures for the ICO.
Oh, yeah. Straight up advertising documents. So your marketing team that you hired that you don't have enough control over to keep them from plagiarizing another company wrote your white paper and plagiarized your entire website. You apologized.
So did they hire someone to write their code for them?
Right. It says there was an apology. Walsh continued. Pink Taxi Coin's prototype page continues to use images of another ride-hailing application, Lyft, merely stripping the Lyft branding away. That page was not archived and is no longer available. Separately, CoinDesk also found that the text on the updated Pink Taxi site about women economic empowerment is plagiarized from a European Parliament report, word for word. What's very different between A2B's taxi platform and Pink Taxi Coin's site and white paper was Pink Taxi Coin's lack of a legitimate team. Another serious red flag for investors looking at which ICO projects to invest in. Pink Taxi's team consists of John McAfee as an advisor, Janice McAfee as an advisor, and a blonde woman in a blue hoodie named Sherry.
It's very important for them to get.
Did the article you're reading point out this woman's hair color and
I'm
garb?
looking at a photograph of her, and the name is simply Sherry. No last name, and she just looks like some random blonde-haired white girl in a blue hoodie.
That is so awesome.
It is. It is epically awesome. Welcome to Crypto 2.0. Anyway, we'll be back in just a moment.
The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism, will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount.
I've been told no in many different ways.
I give you an order and you're going to obey it.
Who told you to go this way? You can't do that and you have to leave here.
You cannot bring signs into the rally.
Walk with me. Well, I'm comfortable here, actually. Whoa. Hey. Who do you think you are? Excuse me.
There is no video or audio allowed in this office.
No, I have work today. You ain't gonna make. Wait a minute.
Hey! Oh my God! Unbelievable! Why are you running from me? Because you're scared me. What am I being detained for?
You're being served.
What is this?
You're being served.
What is this?
Bureaucrats have a funny way of telling people no.
That's the sound of the men working on the chain.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free at apps.lrn.fm.
Cell 411 is a free app for Android and iOS that replaces government-controlled 911. Cell 411 allows you to preset a group of friends or private organizations to show up at any emergency. Cell 411 is a nightmare for the state because it proves their so-called services aren't needed. Cell 411 has had thousands of installs, and of course it's covered by the BIPCOT no government license. Cell 411 because your friends won't shoot you when you're in trouble. Without the government, who would build the emergency services? You and Cell 411. Get it today at getcell411.com.
There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio at fppradio.com, and the monthly newspaper FPP News at news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc, as in Creative Commons.
This is the Liberty Radio Network, broadcasting the latest liberty-oriented audio content 24 hours a day at LRN.FM.
You are listening to Call to Freedom's Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com. आप सुन रहे हैं स्वतंत्रता की पुकार के क्रिप्टो आवर को, जिसके प्रस्तुत करता है Helium.com.
Hey, everybody. My name is Carlos Matos, and I am coming from New York City, New York. Let me tell you guys that I am so excited. I am so happy. I am really so thrilled to be right now sharing this amazing, glorious, super, and exciting moment of my life with all of you guys. And let me tell you that we are really changing the world as we know it. The world is not anymore the way it used to be. No. Be connected.
All right. Welcome back here to the final segment of today's Crypto Hour on this Friday afternoon broadcast on your drive home from work of the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. And we've been talking to you today about how to protect yourself from, well, things like BitConnect. Big name scam ICOs that are out there that, well, they're getting so lazy that they're not really even trying anymore. This one here, one of the things I found one of the kind of the funniest, we were kind of touching on as we left, and we being myself and Aria Demezio from cryptocurrencycheck.org, our queen of crypto, and the legal mind, Mr. Tom Gray. And says here that A2B's taxi website, it lists a team that includes a founder, developers, designers, advisors. Pink Taxi Coins page lists an advisory team of 3 people: John McAfee, his wife Janice McAfee, and Sherry. Yes, just Sherry. And Pink Taxi Coins white paper, well, they left out the team section that is printed, that's present in A2B Taxi's white paper entirely. There's no indication anywhere in Pink Taxi Coins material about who's building the product. The founder's name's not available, nor are any of the names of developers or other employees. This led Caseta to comment that Pink Taxi Coin has, well, no real people behind the project. CoinDesk sent emails requesting information about the team to Pink Taxi Coin's support address multiple times, eventually getting this response: your request has been forwarded to the concerns department. Oh, no, the concerned department. Oh, my God. And mirroring the experience on the website, when CoinDesk asked about how to deposit Ether, we got a detailed answer almost immediately. The statement apologizing for Pink Taxi Coin's plagiarism insisted that skeptics could search online to confirm the company exists, yet the company fails to stick to a consistent name throughout the one-page document. Pink Taxi Group Limited, UK. At the top becomes Team Pink Taxi Limited in the signature. According to Pink Taxi Coin, our authenticity speaks for itself.
It really does. Just not in the way you think.
As previously mentioned, an endorsement from John McAfee isn't looked at with pride by many in the cryptocurrency space anymore, and there's good reason. Shortly after supporting his support of the Pink Taxi Coin project and making apparently untrue statements about the company, for example, that it currently operates in 50 cities, McAfee revealed that he charged $500,000 for that tweet, which is probably hyperbole. I bet he added a 0 or 2 to that. Furthermore,
because he doesn't really have enough followers to justify that.
Yeah. Furthermore, when A2B Taxi's art director, Thomas Stasiulevicius, I guess, asked McAfee why he was promoting a project that, quote, bluntly steals others' work, McAfee responded with what Caseta calls threatening posts. You're a scammer, my friend, McAfee told Stasi of that guy. What's the guy's first name? Much easier. Tomas. There we go. McAfee told Tomas, adding, I strongly suggest you drop this, unless you would like my full attention. That said, it's not just McAfee who should raise alarm bells when investing in ICOs. After a spate of celebrities began endorsing various ICO projects, the SEC sent out a warning to investors about these kinds of endorsements, going so far as to say that celebrities could be running afoul of anti-touting laws if they don't state what compensation they received. Not only that, but several of these celebrity-endorsed crypto projects have faced legal sanctions. For example, Centra, a project that Floyd Mayweather endorsed, faces federal fraud charges. Another ICO, Bitcoin, with 2 I's in the word coin, it was endorsed by Steven Seagal and has received a cease and desist order. Another way Pink Taxi Coin tried to cultivate an aura of legitimacy was by presenting articles from reputable news outlets as if they were referring to the team behind the Pink Taxi Coin itself. And it's extremely convenient for them that there are existing videos and articles talking about a pink taxi concept, which they then gladly link to their homepage as their own and helps prop up the company's air of alleged legitimacy in the eyes of would-be investors. So they basically took videos that other people made about their own effort to create a feminist taxi service and just called it their own. It's great. Let's see here. Let's see here. There's a BBC article about a British company called Pink Ladies. An Al Jazeera article about a Pakistani company called Paxi. A Khalij Time article about an Emirati company called Dubai Taxi Corp. A Hype article about a Malaysian company called Riding Pink. And another Wall Street Journal article about an Indian company called Meru Cab. And a CNN article about an Egyptian company called Pink Taxi. CoinDesk reached out to all of these companies, and while most did not respond before press time, Riding Pink says, "This is a blatant misuse of our brand name. We are not in any way affiliated with Pink Taxi Limited UK." So, I mean, it's like a laundry list. Tom, how much of this can get you arrested or at least sued?
Hopefully we'll find out. I mean, we're not going to snitch, but
Right.
we're going to laugh when it happens. You know what I mean?
Well, they said another thing to watch out for is the "here's your chance" line. See, last but not least, while prices of certain cryptocurrencies have skyrocketed since they were first launched, think Bitcoin and Ethereum, promises of meteoric profit by the ICO issuers themselves are generally a bad sign. For instance, a Pink Taxi Coin's Telegram channel, whose 1,600 subscribers are not allowed to comment or post, the ICO issuer promised investors outsized profits, comparing it to Bitcoin directly. You didn't invest in Bitcoin in 2009? Well, here's your second chance, the post stated, adding, "You want the rich, lavish lifestyle? Put your money where your mouth is." It went on telling investors to buy before others caught on and embrace the risk. In case the message wasn't clear enough, a subsequent post said, "Soon PTT will be trading at $5. Notably, the $5 price target has been lowered in revisions to the Pink Taxi website. It's currently at $1. That's what they hope it will be at. The price prediction is for $1 at the time of the writing of this
It
article.
will never reach a penny.
This kind of promotion, playing to cryptocurrency enthusiasts and the wider world's fear of missing out, also known as FOMO, is such a problem that the SEC's repeatedly warned investors about such advertising. The regulators even went so far as to create a parody site to educate investors on what to look for when deciding whether an ICO investment is legitimate or fraudulent. Echoing the SEC here, let's just remind you, please take a deep breath, do some research before throwing your life savings or even the change that you found on the ground today into an ICO that may simply be a black hole for you to throw your money down. In many cases, like Pink Taxi Coin, the red flags, well, they aren't hard to spot. So anyway, there's your warning for the week. Be careful out there in the investing world because, well, scammers are absolutely everywhere. So, all right. Well, when we get back here on the other side of the break in just a moment, it is Friday afternoon. So, well, you know what that most likely means? It will be time for our Libertarian Drama of the Week. When we get back here on the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you AMP Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com. LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
We've all heard about blockchain assets like Dogecoin, Ether, and Ripple. Bitcoin isn't the only player in the blockchain game any longer. And for those of us wondering how to get our hands on these digital assets, finally, there's a solution. Shapeshift.io allows you to buy and sell between your digital assets and Bitcoin instantly between your own digital wallets. I've used it with ease. Shapeshift.io. There's no account or email address needed. You send them the crypto you want to sell. They send back the crypto you want to buy. It's that easy. Shapeshift.io.
More of the Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
Temporarily from Omaha, the gateway to the West, this is Darrell W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, May 25th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.61 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,303 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $34, and the average price of Bitcoin is $7,620. Antiwar.com reports North Korea expressed regret Thursday after the surprise President Trump announcement that he is canceling the June 12th summit. They say the announcement was unexpected, but that they don't expect to change their own hopes for having such talks. Rather, North Korea's vice foreign minister says that North Korea will do everything they can to ensure a peace deal and are willing to give the U.S. the time and opportunity to change their minds on the talks. The vice foreign minister added that North Korea remains willing to meet face-to-face with U.S. officials at any time in any form to resolve the problem. President Trump did not rule out talks in the future, but also did not make it particularly clear what he wanted North Korea to do to get talks in the future. Trump claimed that it was North Korea's hostility that forced his cancellation. No one else seemed to expect this, and South Korea's President Moon Jae-in said he was very perplexed by Trump's announcement. Moon said that the peace process should not be abandoned nor delayed. While Trump attempted to blame North Korea for the summit cancellation, North Korea is making it very clear that they still want the talks. This is also putting some pressure on Trump to make some effort to salvage the talks after withdrawing.
For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. And as a Bitcoin-preferred business, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co.
UPI reports a California jury delivered a $25.75 million verdict against Johnson & Johnson, ruling the company did not warn consumers about health risk related to asbestos in its baby powder. Joanne Anderson and Gary Anderson brought the case against the company after she developed pleural mesothelioma, a type of cancer caused by asbestos exposure. An attorney for the Andersons said instead of pulling the powder from the market or going with a safer alternative such as cornstarch, they engaged in a multi-decade campaign wherein they hid testing data from the FDA, altered reports to make them more favorable, and lied to consumers. This jury saw Johnson & Johnson documents that were never given to the public or the FDA. Joanne Anderson said she was an avid bowler and regularly used Johnson's baby powder on her hands and shoes for years and also used it to help with diaper rash when her children were younger. Experts estimated that she used the product more than 10,000 times in total. Jurors issued the verdict including $21.75 million in compensatory damages and $4 million in punitive damages, and found Johnson & Johnson liable for 2/3 of the verdict amount and the entirety of the punitive amount. The remainder of the fault was spread among other companies named in the lawsuit related to exposure to asbestos that the Andersons experienced while watching her husband work on his car.
You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and numerous supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $1 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's fans.fppradio.com.
Reuters reports President Donald Trump on Thursday issued a posthumous pardon to boxer Jack Johnson, the first African-American heavyweight champion who was imprisoned a century ago due to his relationship with a white woman. Trump said, "I believe Jack Johnson is a worthy person to receive a pardon to correct a wrong in our history." In a case that came to symbolize racial injustice, Johnson was arrested in 1912 for violating the Mann Act with Lucille Cameron, who later became his wife. The law was passed 2 years earlier and made it a crime to take a woman across state lines for immoral purposes. Jack Johnson died in 1946. In signing the pardon, President Trump cited tremendous racial tension during the time Johnson was champion. Trump said he really represented something that was both very beautiful and very terrible at the same time. Actor Sylvester Stallone, famous as the star of the Rocky boxing movie franchise, and former world heavyweight boxing champion Lennox Lewis flanked Trump for the pardon in the Oval Office. This has been FPP Radio News. Online at fppradio.com.
Nothing you do or say will ever reach the lofty heights attained by the following news summary. This is the Onion Week in Review. Facing increased market pressure and a shrinking bottom line, media company Star Trove was forced to lay off dozens of unskilled bloggers this week. Sources confirmed that before being dismissed, many of the bloggers had been with the company for months, regularly performing menial tasks such as describing celebrity outfits and composing quizzes about Disney characters.
I mean, I'd been with this company for almost a year. It wasn't the most rewarding job, and I didn't have health insurance, but it paid the bills. I'm already 25 years old. I just don't know where to go from here.
In other news, a 6-day visit to a rural African village completely changes a woman's Facebook profile picture. A new dating website helps plus-size Jewish plane crash survivors find love. And a kid figures he'll go down the slide 36 more times and then call it a day.
This is the Onion News Network.
This is Angel Clark, and you're listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
Welcome back here to the final hour of tonight's live Friday afternoon broadcast of the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. We're coming at you live from the Zencast studio here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire, and I am joined tonight by our classic crew, the Queen of Crypto herself, Miss Aria Demezzo from CryptocurrencyCheck.org, and Mr. Tom Gray, legal mind over there in Eastern Tennessee. And well, it is Friday afternoon, everybody's favorite day of the week, and also everybody's favorite segment of the week. That's right, you hear the music
through the hourglass.
You know the drama.
So are the days of our lives.
It's just like a soap opera, at least once a week, if not every single day. That's right. It is the Libertarian Party and the Libertarian Drama of the Week. Now, today's drama includes more than one party and multiple people. So, let's see here. Where to start? We could probably even do like a biggest drama of the week contest. Let's see. Where does it begin? Oh, do either one of you have access to Alicia Dern's Facebook page? She blocked me.
Oh dear Lord, no.
A while. I didn't even realize that because I don't ever comment on her stuff, so I didn't realize I was blocked until I was like, I heard that she had quit. And I was like, oh my God, I want to see. I want to see. And you couldn't find it. So, but you've got, I guess some people are really excited, very happy to see her go. She's referred to by myself and quite a few others as the Derncoat. You'll remember that she, in 2016, she made a horrible decision. She came to all the VP candidates and said, hey, you know what? I'm with you guys. We need to work together to block this other guy. And we all put together a deal. We brought her in on a deal we already had. And she did a handshake agreement that basically what would happen was that whoever had the lowest amount of votes, we would all drop out, and we would put our supporters behind the one candidate who had the most votes. So if that was me, then Larry and Alicia would drop out and endorse me. And if it was Alicia, then Larry and I would drop out and we would put our support behind Alicia. The point was to make sure that no matter what happens, Weld loses. That was the deal.
Yeah, and then they spent months, her and the Radical Caucus spent months being poll jockeys for Weld.
Yes.
But how did the convention finish playing out? Because I wasn't there for that.
She went on a rant and jumped up on stage and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna." After she got Peterson's endorsement, based on the fact that the deal existed, because I was there for the whole thing. Like, we watched all of it. It was right there in the middle for all the discussions. And there we go. But she did what Mike Heiss said. She did the same thing with Josh Smith. That when she entered the race, she immediately approached Josh because she saw he was the strongest candidate that was running, and was like, "Let's work together. You and me, we need to work together. We're gonna get rid of Nick. We're gonna work together to do it. And let's strike up a backroom deal." And we'll support each other in cahoots and secret, and we'll back each other up, and we'll kind of campaign for each other.
So what you're saying is that Riso isn't the only one sucking on Josh.
Right. But much like when she came to the VP candidates in 2016 with that same story, well, it was a lie. And now she's basically talking about the Smith campaign nonstop. Her statement, which came out earlier this week, says, "For any of you who are burned out on the Libertarian Party and have quit or are contemplating quitting, well, I've decided to pursue an opportunity with the United Independent Party to act as their general counsel. It's not official yet that I will join their board of directors and staff. We're discussing this as a possibility, but their board has not made an appointment yet. I have some friends who have already switched, and they are all the people whom I highly respect. It's worth a trial run. I want to see the human right of unadulterated liberty in place before I die."
So she wants to go through the state?
I love this. No, it's even better than that. I'm pursuing an opportunity to be the general counsel for this party. Well, that's like showing up to somebody's house and saying, "Hi, I'm your lawyer." No, you're not. I haven't hired you. I haven't vetted you. I don't know who you are.
Well, no,
I don't
what
know
she's
if you're
saying
even
is
gonna
there's
get
been
at
a
it.
discussion in the back room, and they've decided in the back room that they should put her on. They just haven't filed all the paperwork and dotted the I's and crossed the T's yet.
It's not
Oh, well,
that-
she's a
it's not
female
that
political
simple.
person, so yeah, she's
Well,
got to be involved.
Kerbel has already basically announced on the UIP page that she is now a member and she will be joining the board. So all of this.
But those are different things, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is you can put anybody on a board. General counsel, on the other hand, like you have to be compensated. That's an IRS rule. That's a corporate rule. I know because I am one, except for an entity that actually makes money and does productive things, unlike the unsolicited insertion party.
I like UIP. I love UIP. They're for all the libertarian moderates who are like, no. It's
I
not
prefer
about
consensual insertions.
What I think is funny is she's like, well, I want to see liberty before I die, so I'm going to go to the party that says that it's more important to get elected than it is to have principles right in their founding documents.
Well, I mean, if the LP had purged the anarchists like she wanted, then she wouldn't have had to leave. And
Yeah. Oh, but it gets better. It gets better. So first she stabs us all in the back in Orlando with Bill Weld, and then spends all that time campaigning for Weld. I'm not completely convinced that she wasn't controlled opposition this time as well, working for Nick, as she claimed to be against him, because she claimed to be against Johnson and Weld. You know what I'm saying? She entered the race and Johnson was her guy, and then he picked Weld after he promised her the nomination, and now she's a woman scorned and she's just so unhappy and disappointed, and all of it was bull. None of it was true. She admitted it on social media when Adam Bates and me had our falling out and I blocked Bates. My wife read what she wrote on Facebook. It's like she forgot that other people, like if just because I can't see Bates's page by choice, doesn't mean that hundreds of people that I know are not going to see the things that you write online, where you straight up admit to being controlled opposition within the LP in favor of Johnson and Weld. That you lied to Austin Peterson. You lied to me. You lied to C. Michael Pickens. You lied to Larry Sharp. You lied to Judd Weiss. You lied to John McAfee. You lied.
When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.info, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.info today to find out more.
The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com.
Did you know you can get news updates about what's happening with the Liberty Radio Network delivered in the way you prefer? You can sign up for our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. Plus, you can stay in the loop by joining our Facebook profile at facebook.lrn.fm or follow us at Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm. It's all free, so sign up now at updates.lrn.fm for news updates delivered to your email box, facebook.lrn.fm to follow our Facebook page, and twitter.lrn.fm to receive our tweets.
Hi, this is Mark Edge of Free Talk Live. Michael W. Dean's book, User's Manual for the Human Experience, changed my life. In a culture that attempts to turn you into a compliant victim, this book gives you implementable steps on everything from how to be aware of your environment, walking down the street, to business, to how to handle a toxic person in your life. If you're a human, you need to read this book at least once. Go to Amazon and get the Kindle version, or paperback, or an audiobook of A User's Manual for the Human Experience.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.FM running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with agristhosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agrist Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to agristhosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's agristhosting.com.
You can sign up to receive the latest about the Liberty Radio Network via our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. That's updates.lrn.fm.
You're listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
تستمتعون إلى برنامج نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.FM.
All right, welcome back here to the Cult of Freedom here on LRN.FM. We are broadcasting live from a Zencash studio right here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. And it is the third hour of this Friday afternoon drive home broadcast. And we've been talking about what we always talk about in the last hour, the libertarian drama of the week. This week, it's Alicia Dern's turn again. Now, you'll remember a few weeks ago, we brought you a story where in her attempt to take out the only candidate besides Nick Sarwark who is of any competition to her, Josh Smith, she leaked information. And I'm wondering, like, as a lawyer, like how she didn't get spanked on this. She leaked information about her opponent that she didn't actually verify if it was true before she leaked it, and accused a man of a sexual assault he didn't actually commit, that another person committed, that he just happened to be in the general vicinity of. And when she was caught and then called out by the victims, her response was to apologize, not for spreading libel and slander about him in social media as a way to take him out as a political opponent. Nope. She said she was sorry for hurting his feelings. Well, this week, she finally purged herself from the Libertarian Party. Thank God. Much like I predicted would happen in 2016, the party has split into two parties. One party that's very, very open about the fact that principles come after voting. If you can win an election, we're interested in you. Your principles, we'll worry about that part later. And then the libertarians, which themselves, I'm losing a lot of hope in that they have principles anymore either. We've seen the Libertarian Party Audacious Caucus now kind of devolve into a communist hangout. I mean, there's still good libertarians in there, don't get me wrong. There's still really awesome anarchists and libertarians in there. Their voices just simply seem to have either been overpowered or outnumbered by, well,
outnumbered and outbullied, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
Like today we got to discussing some proposed change to the abortion plan in the LP platform. And I learned that you can't even be pro-choice within that community without having people jump on you and tell you that you're wrong and call you a Nazi.
A Nazi.
And I'm saying pro-choice in the actual meaning of pro-choice, meaning that I think it's for any given woman to decide at that moment whether or not she wants to have an abortion. It's her choice, it's not my business. You know, the LP actual platform about it, you know? But that's not good enough. You have to actually be pro-abortion, which is the position that, hey, abortion is totally okay, who cares? And that's not my position. My position is I have no position on it. It's not my call. But that's not acceptable.
Now you've gotten a little taste of what it's like to be pro-life, and to have
what, Tom? I can't hear you.
Now you've gotten a little taste of what it's like to be pro-life as a libertarian too, because it's the same way.
Well, there are plenty of pro-life libertarians.
Yeah, and
But they've been kicked from the Audacious Caucus. I can guarantee you that.
I don't call myself, libertarian. I hang out with you guys on the air, but to be around the liberty crowd, but to assert an affirmative right to life, you get the exact same accusations of Nazism, even if you add nuance to it, like I understand the plight of women who are in this situation, etc., etc. There's you just get.
But I mean, that's not even what I was doing. I was taking the genuine pro-choice position.
Yeah, you're
not pro-life.
way closer to them than I am. You're way closer to them than I am, and you got the business.
Well,
imagine how much the business.
This week I said I don't trust Nick Sarwark and I don't trust Alicia Dern. I don't trust Nick Sarwark because when he was in a position of power, he did not take any opportunity that was presented to him to defend the party's platform when it was being attacked by our candidates. I don't trust Alicia because she straight up lied to a group of libertarians in order to infiltrate them and basically to work against the Libertarian Party to help an outsider get nominated. I don't trust the two of them. If you want to see Weld 2020, then those are your two candidates. Otherwise, do not vote for Nick. Do not vote for Alicia. And Mike Shipley went to a page, not his own, one of those pages, like the Florida or Libertarians Against Fascism, one of those pages, and posted as the page, well, Will Coley endorsed Josh Smith and white supremacy for the Libertarian Party. Though I literally did not mention Josh.
Did he really?
Smith's
because, he didn't literally call me a Nazi, but that's what he was getting at.
Let me see.
So he accused you of endorsing
a
Josh Smith?
Supremacist. Yes, because I didn't mention his name and say that he is evil.
But his grandmother wears American flag shirts. How could he be evil?
Libertarians Against Nazis posted while we are.
Holy crap! Is that a real page?
Yes. Will Coley practically
Shipley runs it. Of course he does.
Alt-right takeover. My quote, if Alicia Dern or Nick Sarwark are chair, you will have Weld 2020 or a Weld-backed retread for 2020. I don't care which one of the field you vote for, so long as it's not the two that are itching to sell us off to the Weld camp with Reason and the rest of the Beltway crowd. One already sold out the party via deception. The other simply didn't have the stones to call out when our candidate donated to Sununu or endorsed Hillary Clinton. Both should disqualify them from the position. I didn't say anything about Matt. I didn't say anything about Joe. I didn't say anything about Josh. I said whoever it is that you're going to vote for, just don't vote for these two if you don't want to see Weld in 2020. And that was turned into Will Coley endorses the alt-right takeover of the LP. Well, then I pointed out, hey, guess what? I support Noda, and I've always supported Noda. They're like, oh, well, he clarified the position, but he should have been more careful in the way that he said it. Okay, that's where you lose me.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. If you don't virtue signal loud enough.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Did you know that Free Aid is a mutual aid, educational, and networking organization? At Free Aid, we support volunteers who provide first aid. We do outreach to the public about health and safety, and we bring together medically skilled freedom lovers. Free Aid is made possible by your generous support. Donors can receive great gifts like first aid kits, t-shirts, silver dime cards, and hoodies. The Free Aid Silver Dime Card Project is sponsored in part by Roberts & Roberts Brokerage, Freedom's Phoenix, and Don't Tread on Meme. Visit fr33aid.com.
A heroic broken sewage pipe floods Congress with waste. Johnson & Johnson introduces new leave-in Q-tips. This Thursday, local youth Andrew Robillard told reporters he had no idea why he couldn't wear his Iron Man costume to his grandfather's funeral. Robillard, whose grandfather passed away this week after complications from a stroke, vented his frustration to reporters and noted that his grandpa, quote, probably wouldn't even care if he dressed like Iron Man at the funeral.
Iron Man is awesome. I want to wear my Iron Man suit. I am Iron Man.
And in tech news, a news website refers to its users' ceaseless exchange of racial slurs as a discussion. In other news, Guinness World Records promotes the man who can lift 27 pounds with his tongue to editor-in-chief. Thursday's cry is moved up to Wednesday due to a scheduling conflict, and a family watches in silence as Dad checks out the waitress.
This is the Onion News Network.
The 3 most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.lrn.fm. 3. Give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. It's my firm belief that the AMP program is the best use of your charitable dollar among liberty-oriented groups. Support all your favorite organizations, but make sure you give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm.
On your knees, you dirty hippies! Jesus. On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you got to keep you and your gat intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadadi.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
What's up next? Visit the Liberty Radio Network program guide to find out at shows.lrn.fm. That's shows.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. आप सुन रहे हैं स्वतंत्रता की पुकार सिर्फ और सिर्फ LRN.FM पे।
Back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. So I do have good news to bring to you guys. I've been talking with another station in Charlotte. That's right, another station in Charlotte, North Carolina. Their station's format is urban and business talk. You can translate what that means. We'll be on a black-owned radio station that's played in black neighborhoods that normally has black show hosts. But their one show that talks about cryptocurrency, well, it just might be us. So keep your fingers crossed, pray, good vibes, whatever it is that you do, that when they get done with their full rebranding, that they decide to make a Call to Freedom a part of their new lineup, their new, basically we will be the same time zone, so we'll be their drive home, call-in, talk radio show there in the in the Charlotte, in the hood, basically.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I know you don't want to play that card, but did you tell them that you're a Muslim?
No, they're interested because the show talks that we have a crypto hour, and the discussion of cryptocurrencies is something that they just don't have in any of the other business related shows that they carry. So they wanted a show, and we fit that bill. Not only are we a crypto show, but we also give their listeners the opportunity to listen in live and call with questions, fielding their questions on the air. All of that put together equaled, wow, this is really something we're interested in. We'll get back to you as soon as we're done with everything. So I'm really, really happy about that. Now, moving right along, we're discussing the Libertarian Drama of the Week this week. And the funny thing is, all this drama is kind of connected to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all laid out as what's the word I'm looking for here? Just one great big old mess. First you've got Alicia with, fake sexual assaults and vote for me or you're a sexist, misogynist. Vote for me because I'm a woman. You have the Hillary narrative going on there. Then she drops out of the race. Now she has spent the last 4 days slamming Joshua Smith in the name of Nick Sarwark. Now you have Matt Kuehnel, who is the communist socialist, libertarian socialist caucus that is
resident lunatic.
Yes, and now he is
resident highly successful troll, I think.
He seems to be posthumously endorsing Alicia Dern, basically. Talking about how she is just, the Libertarian Party is losing a great person today. And it just...
Yeah, who doesn't want... What kind of anarchist out there wouldn't want a candidate who is very vocal about the fact that she wants to purge the anarchists?
He's... LNC. Oh yeah, there have been efforts to have him censured.
Kuehnel?
Yes. There have been efforts.
He does a pretty good job of censoring himself.
Right. No, he's been Joshua Smith versus Matt Keenel to debate. Both are candidates. Starts around 1 hour. Mises pronounced Mises, not Mises. Matt was driving me nuts with that. Okay. I'm trying to find the one. I guess he finally deleted it, but there was one up here where he was like, "Oh my God, Alicia Dern, she's so awesome. I can't believe that we lost her.
She's got flowers in her vagina.
What a horrible loss for the party that this person who lied to so many people in order to help sell us all out that's no longer going to be here.
Who wants to purge the anarchists like him?
Yeah. Lust for power. I don't know. I've lost the ability to take any. Oh, here we go. The differences between our caucuses and factions are mostly just tactical and philosophical. In terms of operating together as a
what else is there?
Right. As operating together as a political party, I don't need to agree with 100% with Alicia Dern to understand how much of an asset she is. I don't need to agree with Nick Sarwark to know that he's done a great job as chair. I can be an individual voice and voice my oppositions to things and people who I don't agree with, while still understanding that we are stronger as a party when we each have equal opportunity to participate and be heard. Unless, of course,
so why
Matt
is
doesn't
he
like their opinion or their viewpoint on one of like 6 topics, and then shut up, sit down, you have no right to be heard, you are an awful person because we disagree.
I mean, Alicia has been vocal about wanting to get the anarchists out of the party.
Yes.
I remember seeing the Discord conversation about it. So what is he even talking about, the party being stronger together? Yeah, okay, then let's get rid of the people who are standing in the way of that by wanting to do things like throw out all the anarchists.
Well, of course, I'm leaving the LP and going Republican because I like Daddy Paul. Real libertarians say, I just need to get my life back together and start growing some dope. Well, that's true. That's very true.
Was that Keenel?
No, that was a meme.
No, he'd join the Democrat Party if he left.
Oh, yeah, he would. He'd be a Bernie bro. 100%.
They wouldn't have him. They barely tolerate
they
the Bernie
would.
bros that they've got now.
He believes that the Nazis weren't left-wing.
They weren't. What are you talking? Oh, no. Are we going to have to... Oh, I thought I was going to be quiet the rest of today, and then you bring up here the...
They, they were not true left, which would be genuine liberalism, libertarianism, we call it today.
They were not true left, but they were economic left.
They were authoritarian fascist socialists.
Economic left, exactly. Which is what Keenel is economic left.
That's all I'll say.
I mean, it's true,
That's
though.
all I've got for you. Just Lots of
Hey, so I've seen articles, oh my God, I think it was on Slate or Ranker or one of those notoriously left-wing sites that just put leftist crap in everything, saying that, the Nazis were not socialists. They were something, 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 and we call them libertarians today.
Okay, now that's same BS on a different end of the spectrum.
We watched a video where Al Jazeera did that.
I don't remember that one, but that article will forever stick in my mind. I took a screenshot of it. It's on my Facebook somewhere. I'll try to dig it out because it's just that egregious.
Well, all I got to say is good riddance to bad rubbish. I hope Alicia takes a few more with her as she goes. Not sad, not unhappy, not upset. Thank God she's gone.
No.
And anyway, we'll be back with our final segment of today's show.
I was counting on someone to finish that.
Goodbye. I'm so glad she's gone, and I'm so glad that we are now not going to have to talk about this anymore. Cannabis news, and the last segment is next.
Radio is the most personal of mediums. I exist right now in your head. If you listen to Free Talk Live regularly, you know me. Free Talk Live is on more than 160 radio stations around the U.S. and has been downloaded on every continent around the world. Hundreds of thousands of listeners with ad packages from $600 a month to $6,000 a month. Imagine what we can do for your business, project, website, or idea. Email me, mark@freetalklive.com.
Fact. The new NSA data center in Utah requires 1.7 million gallons of water every single day to operate. Billions of Fourth Amendment violations need massive computers and the water to cool them. That water is being supplied by the state of Utah. Fact. There's absolutely nothing in the Constitution which requires your state to help the feds violate your rights. Our message to Utah: turn it off. No water equals no NSA data center. Visit offnow.org.
Did you know we've taken our LRN.FM telephone listen line to a new level with the LRN.FM audio on demand line? Now you can call 712-770-8447 anytime and listen to LRN.FM's live feed. And you can listen to a bunch of our original shows on demand. Long distance fees may apply. Just dial 712-770-8447 and choose from the menu. 712-770-8447.
This Your Family Today tip is brought to you by Nestle Toll House Refrigerated Cookie Dough. Who would you bake some love for? Find fun and easy baking ideas at tollhouse.com. Kids love doing arts and crafts projects, especially when you join in. Try channeling all that artistic energy into the kitchen and bake up some creative treats together. Think of your art supplies as the frosting, sprinkles, and decorating gels, and use cookies or cupcakes as your canvas. For more tips like these, visit us at parenthood.com/yourfamilytoday.
Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm. Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it, and once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world, so I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here, and I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, add yourself to the Shire map at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com.
If you enjoy LRN.FM, please contribute to your favorite shows via their websites and become an amplifier at amp.lrn.fm. That's amp.lrn.fm.
You are listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.fm. Unasikiliza wito wa uhuru katika LRN.fm.
This song goes out to Jerry Garcia and Bob Marley. All my friends are stoners, lighting up all of the time. Everybody has a mason jar. Can you guess what I put in mine?
All right. Welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM to the final segment of tonight's live broadcast on this Friday afternoon ride home for all of our listeners out there. And, well, we wanted to lighten the mood a little bit. We normally cover some pretty serious stuff in our cannabis news segments, but this time, well, since we've had such a serious and oft-times depressing show so far, I figured we'd lighten the mood a little bit. Now, before we do that, though, I want to make sure that I remind you about how hard it is these days to keep your communications secured and safe from the prying eyes of the government. There's so many different ways that they have to target you. They can subpoena the servers or the companies and get all the personal information that they have there stored for you. Or they can do like they do in places like Iran and Turkey or Russia, and they could just turn a server off, and then, well, you're not going to be using that platform for a while. But see, that's where CryptVisor comes in. It's, first of all, not going to keep any of your personal information. So no phone numbers, no IP addresses, no email addresses, no names, no nothing. So if the feds come looking for information, well, they don't have any to give. And, well, what about servers? Well, there is no server. It's hosted on the blockchain. Thousands of secured nodes all across the world. So unless your government's like China and has the ability to just straight up turn off the internet, well, they're not going to stop you from communicating. So go over to cryptvisor.network. They've just done this week their full release. Hopefully we'll have them in to tell us why that's important sometime next week. Again, that's cryptvisor.network. Check out their advanced security features and the new CVPay crypto wallet. That's cryptvisor.network, your home for secured, decentralized communication. So, for today's cannabis news, we're going to talk about the 4 kinds of people that you run into at a cannabis dispensary. See, the cannabis dispensary scene is kind of new for all of us, and every visit is an excellent people-watching opportunity and a chance to study sociology. You see, all types of folks from all walks of life enjoy this wonderful plant. As a longtime enthusiast myself, I could make a bingo card of the stereotypes that you'll see on any given dispensary visit.
Like a vapor store?
Yeah.
Filled with hipsters?
Yes.
It's like a Starbucks.
Yes. Below are the 4 that I see most often. And in case you didn't know, every one of us is or will eventually be one of these 4. The first, which I've been, is a wide-eyed, bewildered, and utterly amazed, overjoyed first-timer. Well, we just can't believe that we've finally stumbled into what's essentially a 7-Eleven for cannabis. Remember your first time? It was kind of like that. The OFT can't believe it's real life. And who can judge? I mean, I still can't believe it. Maybe they want to talk to a bud tender, but don't know what to ask or don't want to ask a stupid question. By the way, there's no such thing as a stupid question. The overjoyed first-timer is easily recognizable. Why? Well, because we've all been there. This sightseeing inspires a big grin on the face of all of the OGs. That wild-eyed child in a candy store look that you see on their faces. Then there's the indecisive stoner. Sometimes we're all the indecisive stoner, and sometimes, well, it happens when we're at the pot shop. Maybe today we need to know the THC content of every single strain that they have available, or the potency of every shatter before we inevitably buy the cheapest pre-roll and a pack of gummies. When I'm in the indecisive stoner mode, I want to sniff every jar, ask the bud tender his or her favorite strain, ultimately causing the length of my dispensary visit to run from just under 12 minutes to close to an hour. They're like, "Dog, you should have peeped the menu on Leafly first and arrived here like a reasonable human being. Next time, my man. Next time." Then you see the on-the-go smoker. Headphones, backpack, old-school Vans. Sometimes we're just stopping in to buy a pre-roll, no matter what the strain is, effect, or the brand name. We're on our way somewhere, and the walk and music would just be a lot more enjoyable if we had a smoke along the way. Or we're in emergency pain, and, well, at this moment, anything will do. Well, we're totally not feeling our indecisive stoner brethren at this moment. And if you've not hit this level of dispensary visitor, well, you just might get on the nerves of some people who are. Then there's, well, my personal favorite, the senior citizen in absolute disbelief. See, every time I'm shopping for bud, there's at least one customer old enough to be a grandparent, and they're usually asking the bud tender the most questions. It's great. They may also be the ones who are taking pictures of whatever they legally can. These are the true dispensary tourists, not the out-of-towners, but the seniors. Get that herb medicine, Gramps. Let the CBD touch your soul and free you of any pain. You deserve it more than anyone. Maybe try a 1-to-1 THC to CBD. Trust, you're going to love it, and it's going to work great for that arthritis. So, have you ever been to a dispensary, Aria?
I have not.
Oh, man. It's like...
I mean, I don't smoke, so...
Yeah, true. For me, when I went the first time, when I first walked in, it was that whole, like, disbelief. Like, oh, my God, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe this is happening. I'm about to buy cannabis. I'm not worried about a cop kicking the door in and hauling us all to jail. I want to try everything in the store. You sell a variety pack, my man. But then once the absolute enamoring awe kind of wore off, the utility of it finally hit me.
I mean, I don't get the excitement. I mean, it's just pot. I mean, hit me up when they open up an MDMA dispensary.
Okay, see, there you go. You are a fan of MDMA. So when they finally open a store where you can go buy it, when you walk in the door and they have 20 different ways to consume it,
okay, fair enough.
You're going to be excited about it, you know?
That's one word for it.
So it's like a young drag queen on her first trip to Fredericks of Hollywood. Oh God. You know, it's for me it was this thing of like, oh my God, I'm finally going to be able to get something that's for me. You know, like no more of this just grabbing whatever random cannabis happens to be around and hoping that it fixes the problem. It's being able to go in and go, okay, this is what my medical need. This is how my body reacts to different things. Do something for me. Help make me better. You know, like I can go in and say, these different things give me a high heart rate. I need to solve arthritis pain. What do you got? And they'll literally just point you like, oh, you need that one or that one. You can't get that in the black market. You just can't. You know, and
no, you can't.
It's so hard to get it. So, you know, for me, it was an extremely exciting adventure. But now I'm more of a like, I know that I need that and I need that. So can I just get that and go? Yeah? All right. Thanks. Anyway, next week we'll be back with more. We'll have more guests and more stories. But don't go anywhere. Stick around. Free Talk Live is coming up next.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market. Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. It's physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com.
Did you know you can listen to LRN.FM via our free-to-air satellite channels? We have channels over nearly all of North America and much of Africa. All you need is an affordable receiver and a dish as small as 30 inches. There are no monthly fees. Learn more at sat.lrn.fm. Plus, if you are a broadcaster or want to be one, this is a good delivery method for our content. See our coverage maps and get details at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm. sat.lrn.fm.
What do you shop for that you could otherwise buy at Amazon? Pretty much everything, right? Amazon has competitive pricing and they deliver, and that's a big plus. If you could plan ahead in your shopping, would you be interested in saving up to 33%? There's a catch. You have to do your shopping in Bitcoin. But imagine those savings. It's like a huge raise. All you have to do is go to saveitpurse.com. We've saved thousands, and you can too. Plan ahead and save. Saveitpurse.com.
You're 6 minutes away from a live episode of Free Talk Live, brought to you by freekeen.com. Listen live at freetalklive.com.
Temporarily from Omaha, the gateway to the West, this is Darrell W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, May 25th.